really sticking it to us with the 2022 Tundra. Everybody, and welcome back to Rob Motive FST. And that's right, the more I look at what's going on with the new redesigned 2022 Tundra, it seems to me that Toyota is kind of sticking it to us. You know what I mean? First of all, let's talk about availability. You know, there was all this hoopla about this truck, and I know we live in strange times right now with the sickness, with the shortages, with the chip problem, all that stuff. But even so, I'm seeing trucks come out here or there, but I'm seeing weird trim levels. I'm seeing trucks that don't have a lot of stuff on them. It's kind of like Toyota's making a half effort to release this truck. I mean, it is a new truck, right? A redesigned model. The one that was supposed to be mind-blowing for us. The availability has been horrid. And even if you find that a dealer is going to get some, they're gone because they can't meet demand. Which isn't a problem for them necessarily, although they could probably make more money if they put out more trucks. But it's kind of a bummer when they announce this new mind-blowing truck and you can't find them anywhere. Even though supposedly they're building 200 a day. There should be, I don't know, probably at least 2,000 or more of them out there. Who knows? Very strange. Secondly is the pricing. Now, there's two aspects to this. One is the price increase for the new truck itself. Somewhere around $5 grand, something like that. Depends on what trim level you're looking at and what you're gonna buy. But the pricing is crazy. I mean, $50,000, $60,000 for a truck, a normal truck. I'm not talking about the higher end ones. I'm talking about the lower level trucks. It's crazy. Which brings me to number 3, and that is the markups. You know, I've said before in comments and things, I don't necessarily have a problem with markups. I mean, it is a business. They're gonna make as much as the market will bear, right? That's the whole driving force behind business. But the buying side of me doesn't like it. You know, they're putting out these new trucks, there's demand, people want them, that's why they're able to charge the markup. But it's absurd. It's not like they're just adding a couple grand or something, and this is really more at the dealership level, right? It's not like they're adding a couple grand or something. It's $5,000 to $10,000, maybe even more depending on where you're at and how greedy the dealership is. Business is greedy, right? If you remember that old movie, Greed is Good. Well, it depends on what end of it you're on, right? If you're the one shelling out the dough, greed's not so good. But anyway, the markups are just absurd to me. I find it very hard to believe that people are actually paying these to begin with. I mean, what I liken it to is if you were to go buy a truck that normally would cost, pick a number, $50,000, right? And on the day you pick it up, you take an extra 10 grand with you, throw it in the trash can as you're walking out the door. That's kind of what it's like because you're never gonna recoup that money. Now, I realize you're not gonna make a lot of money back when you sell a truck anyway, in normal times. But let's say we're in normal times. You're never gonna get that money back. It is gone. But people are doing it. That's why demand is still so high, and that's why the markups are still out there. Now, I have been told there are some dealers around the country that are charging MSRP. Now, that's good. I'm not a fan of MSRP either. You know, until recently when I bought my most recent 2 trucks, I never paid MSRP. I mean, heck, even if you get 500 bucks off, that's 500 bucks, right? But at most dealers, you can't do that right now. But the markups are just absurd. Number 4, the connected service fees. You know, there's a big hoopla about this. I did a video just recently on my Rob Motive channel about this, particularly the remote start. You know, remote start used to be free, if you will. You could walk up, and you had to be within distance of the truck, but you could walk up to the truck, hit the fob a few times, you know, go through the whole procedure, and the truck would start. It was always a drag when it would shut off when you opened the door, but at least it was toasty warm or ice cool when you got into it. Not anymore. That's gone. They've joined the rest of the car manufacturer or dealer, I guess it's probably the manufacturer core, and that they're charging money for that service, that remote start service. They blamed it on chips. I don't know. It's kind of ironic since supposedly they can't get enough chips anyway. But I think that's absurd. Why in the world did they take it away? It's such a simple little thing. Well, they took it away to make money. $8 a month times all your customers. That's a good way to make a lot of extra money. And the thing that grinds me about that, honestly, is that there isn't a price cut anywhere else. They're charging us more money for the truck and more money for the services that we used to have before at no cost. Next up, number 5, and this is probably the worst part about it for me. It's not mind-blowing. You know, they made this truck out to be, I don't know, something huge. It was going to blow our minds. It's not. You know, I think they set expectations so high that when they really did put the truck out, it couldn't possibly meet the expectations that they set. I mean, to claim that something is going to be mind-blowing, you know, that's saying a lot. You expect a lot about that. Now, it's not that the truck's bad. I do like the truck. I guess I should have said that in the beginning. I don't hate the truck. I do like it. I think it's a nice truck. But it's just a nice truck. If anything, it's kind of at about the same level or maybe even slightly below as the other trucks that are out there. It doesn't have a lot of flash. You know, if you're looking at the normal trim levels, yeah, if you go with the TRD Pro, it's starting to get pretty flashy. But below that, the SR5 version with all the different packages and stuff, it's not really that mind-blowing to me. A lot of cool stuff on the inside. I like the infotainment system, even the smaller one. The truck that I drove, of course, had the smaller one. But the appointments and things inside, the trim, all that stuff, nothing really mind-blowing about it. Again, it's a nice truck. I do like it. But it didn't blow my socks off. And you know how I know that, because when I drove and test drove, or when I went for the test drive, I should say, on the truck, I didn't leave thinking, man, there's got to be a way I can get one of these. Maybe I'll go to a different dealer. Maybe I'll go out of state. There's got to be some way I can put my hands on one of these for a price that's not including that big markup. That didn't happen. When I left, I thought, it's a nice truck, it's fun to drive, enjoyed the experience. Thankful that the dealership let me do it. All was fantastic. But my mind wasn't blown and I wasn't yearning for that truck after I left. So anyway, just a few reasons, I guess, why it seems like Toyota is really sticking it to us with the 2022 Tundra. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Are you mind blown? Do you think what they're doing is fair and right and you don't have a problem with it? I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. Rob Motive, all about my 2021 Toyota Tacoma. And Rob Motive JT, all about my 2020 Jeep Gladiator. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.